Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to take a look in this Soulforge and tell you what I think is good and bad in there. I'm going to show you a really cool raid boss team to whiz through the raid boss event, and we'll take a look at a decent Underspire team at the same time. But first up, let's take a look at this weekly event glory troop we can pick up. Oops, from button, that's a good start. Clay Fiend, Hellcrag Ultra Rare. Creates a mix of 10 brown and decaying gems and knocks the first enemy to the back. So 10 is a set amount, it can't be increased. It's not really guaranteed extra turn range, so more like 50-50 on whether that works or not on a basic level, but during a brown storm it could have more potential to work better. So not ideal, but it does knock the first enemy to the back, which can actually be a decent defense mechanic depending upon what troop is up the top and if you want to spoil the enemy's cast order and things like that. So it can be effective for that. Knock the first enemy to the back, and it can self-charge because it uses brown itself. Gain 1 life for each brown ally, reflect 30% of skull damage, and gain bonus brown mana from brown gem matches. So not bad. I'm going to give that a okay 6 out of 10. Just wish that mix of 10 brown and decaying gems was kind of boosted slightly in some way, because if you could boost that ever so slightly, that would be absolutely a great troop. As ever, get enough to get it to mythic level if you can. Always good to get these things to the highest level if possible. Anyway, the other day I asked my girlfriend what she wanted for her birthday, and she said, "Nothing would make me happier than a diamond necklace." So I got her nothing. Got exactly what she asked for. Fantastic. It was nice and cheap for me. Awesome stuff. Anyway, let's jump into this. Oh, I need a bit of tea after that. Right, Soulforge time. Let's jump in and see what's going on. See what's going on in this Soulforge. Right, we have the event weapon. This is in the raid boss shop, so don't get it from here. Get it from the raid boss shop. No need to spend diamonds and stuff like that if you don't have to. Gems are much easier to come by in this game, so get them that way. Explodes, magic +1, brown gems, grant a random status effect to all Hellcrag allies, then summon a Hellcrag troop. So what is explodey summony weapon there? Wand of Stars, craft that if you can. Absolutely fantastic weapon. Choose one, create 6 elemental stars, bless all allies, or create 7 umbral stars, curse all enemies. Amazing, amazing mana generator. Gets a benefit of that bless and curse at the same time, which is absolutely awesome. And still the best weapon in the game, even though it can misfire now and again and sort of set the enemy up. But it's worth it in the long run. Really good weapon. Absolutely fantastic. Aegis of Hellcrag, kind of the anti-Hellcrag weapon in a way. Remove all brown gems, then deal magic-based damage to an enemy, boosted by gems removed. If the battle is from Hellcrag, or if the battle is in Hellcrag, deal double damage. So it's not the sort of thing you're going to use a lot, but can be effective when used in the right way. And it's one of the cheap weapons. A mere 75 diamonds and a few other bits. Really handy when you want to get another weapon, because your kingdoms are going to get kingdom blocked at a certain point. By that I mean to improve your power levels, things like that. You're going to need a certain amount of weapons fully powered up to progress your kingdoms, and that is a good way of doing it, by making sure you pick up those cheap, easy to craft ones at the same time, or when you can. Moonstone trinket. Either create 4 gargoyle gems or explode magic +1 gems. Not very good for me, because that's, if it was choose one, it might be different, but it's not. It's either. So it's either going to do one or the other. If it explodes them gems, it could be really good. But if it creates the gargoyle gems and just leaves them behind for the enemy, who happens to then explode gems, you're going to get the effect of those gargoyle gems, which means your own weapon has worked against you. Yeah, not a very good one, that. Very collectible. Just you get that just to put it in your collection and pretty much never use it. Watchful Blade. Deal magic-based damage to an enemy, boosted by Hellcrag allies, then create a mix of 6 red and brown gems for each Hellcrag ally. Uses green and purple, so basically to benefit from this, you're going to need a couple of troops in your team that use red or brown, or both, from Hellcrag to benefit from all the mana it generates. Otherwise, there's no point using it. Stone Seeker. Deal magic-based damage to an enemy, boosted by all brown allies and construct allies. So a basic weapon with a boost. Nothing too fantastic about it, but it does have Dust Storm as part of its upgrade, which is brown, so we'll create a constant slew of brown whenever you cast that, which is pretty handy. And any more? Crag Smasher. Poor Crag. He gets smashed around the head. Or arm. Or foot. Wherever Crag smashes. Anyway, deals magic-based damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by Daemon allies. So another basic weapon with a boost. So nothing too amazing in the weapons today. But yeah, pick any up which are going to enhance your kingdoms or progress your game on. Alright, on to the troops now. As ever, have a little look through these summoning stone ones, see if there's anybody there that's really good. Any goblins, any empowered troops, things like that. Really, really handy, the empowered troops. Give you a nice start to the game, so have a little look through all of them, see if there's anybody you're missing, particularly if you're a new player. Right, let's start with the mythics now and work our way up. Dragon Lord Luther is here all the time. This is the dragon on rotation this week, Meteorodon. It's a cosmic dragon. Does tons of damage to all enemies, converts 5 red gems to red dragon gems with a 10% chance for an extra turn boosted by red gems. So if this is the last troop you need on the path against Stellaryx, because to need this one is your last one, you've already got the gem dragons. But if this is the last one you need, then it's totally worth spending the extra Dragonite to get it. You got to spend extra, it is 2,000 as opposed to the standard amount, but it's worth it because the odds are 5 to 1 against you. Just keep on getting duplicates, so it's certainly worth it. Guarantees it, then you can concentrate on doing whatever you got to do next to finish off getting Stellaryx. Kronos, really good mythic this, I love this one. Deal magic-based damage to all enemies, then convert all blue gems to hourglass gems. Hourglass gems are yellow, and when they're matched, you get an extra turn whether the enemy's frozen or not. But whether you're frozen or not, really cool. So it just guarantees an extra turn. Freeze has no effect against it, absolutely fantastic. And has some cool traits as well. Gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell, so when this repeats, he basically gives himself a boost and just does more damage each time. And enchant all allies when I get an extra turn is amazing. Like, when I first saw this, I thought it was good, but I was thinking like a 4 match, but it's better than that. It's enchant all allies when I get an extra turn. When you match hourglass gems, even in a 3 match, you get an extra turn. So that's going to happen when you do that, or even with a 4 match. Really good is Kronos. The Void Dragon, another really good mythic. Deal magic +2 damage to all enemies, boosted by blue and purple gems. Then create 9 to 13 purple gems. A high chance of getting a decent match with that. It can even self-charge and do it again and do it again. And once that gets rolling, that can be devastating because it tends to leave more purple gems on the board each time. And you can actually repeat cast that and just multiple cast, which is really good. And it does gain 2 magic when matching purple gems, which is sweet at the same time. And reduce damage from skulls by 30% and reduce damage from spells by 25%. Means it's hard to kill as well. So the Void Dragon, another really good mythic. Who is next? Oh, we got Umanath, kind of like a mini Zul'Goth in a way. Does magic-based damage to an enemy, boosted by all their skills. And if the enemy dies, gain 10 attack and create 12 skulls. Does do what? Eagle Eye. Place Hunter's Mark on enemies when doing skull damage. 20% chance to dodge skull damage and gain 4 attack when matching 4 or more gems, or a decent set of traits. But it's a spell that is good because you can soften an enemy up, basically with the rest of your team, and then when they're in range of Umanath going to kill them, and basically you can cast this knowing you're going to create those 12 skulls afterwards, which is why I call it like a mini Zul'Goth, because Zul'Goth just kills someone instantly, regardless of their health, and then creates 12 skulls as well. The only difference with this is you have to soften them up first, and you don't get other benefits like Zul'Goth, like you get to freeze people as well, which is really cool. But yeah, Umanath, still pretty decent. And Draculus sucks the life out of people, steals magic-based life from all enemies. Effectively true damage, taking it from them, adding it to your own life, which can make it really tanky, and still very usable in the game. Reduce damage from skulls by 25% and gain 8 life when I deal skull damage. Decent traits at the same time, so yeah, some really nice mythics there this week. I'm going to have a little ponder, who I think is the mythic of the week this week. Autumnal Imp, first legendary. Just going to go over these ever so quickly. Gain 8 magic on round gem matches is nice, and does scatter damage and destroys 10 gems. If an enemy dies, gain 8 magic. But just by collecting brown, you keep on boosting yourself up by 8 magic every time. So it can be a lot of fun in a brown loopy team. Have the Spring Imp as well, similar, but on green. Gains 8 magic on green gem matches, and you know the rest. It's pretty much the same as the autumnal one. And, nearly went past Umberwolf. Damage to the first 2 enemies, place Hunter's Mark and Death Mark on them, and then transform into a Nosferatu. And who else is there? Or was that the last one? No, Firenza. Decent legendary again. Damage to all enemies, boosted by Fairy Fire Gems. And she does create 1 Fairy Fire Gem when her turn begins. Then summons a Summon Knight. The cool thing about her creating that 1 Fairy Fire Gem when her turn begins is that is green. And she uses green herself, so it helps her get charged up. And it also helps her damage when she casts, because Fairy Fire Gems add 50% incoming spell damage to affected troops. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. But who gets my, why did I do it like that? Mythic of the week. Well, having a quick shuffle through these. Kronos is very amazing. Works really well with the Daughter of Time. And explodey troops to explode the Hourglass Gems that the Daughter of Time creates. Can be a genuinely non-stop loop effect, because it can't be stopped even by freeze. Absolutely amazing. Void Dragon, do like it a lot. Damage to all. Creates purple, which means it can do it again. Very, very good indeed. Umanath, it's alright, but you do have to have another team set up around it to make it work, and even then those skulls can work against you. So it is what it is. And Draculus, still really good. True damage. But I think I am going to give it to Kronos. Absolutely love it. Works really well with the Daughter of Time, and anything that explodes gems can create a genuine non-stop loop. Unstoppable, because freeze can't even stop it. Absolutely amazing. Kronos, absolutely my Mythic of the week. Right, now onto the raid boss team. Speaking of raid, I've started a new channel. I've started a Honest Rob Raid Shadow Legends channel, so that'll be in a link in the description below. It'd be really cool if you jumped over to that channel and gave the game a download. It's completely free to play and blinking amazing. I'm kind of hooked on it at the moment, but give it a download, give it a try. If you don't like it, delete it. If you like it, carry on. All good, but it's helping me out, so I greatly appreciate the support. But back onto raid boss. Must use the event captain Mudwalker in this. Has ×2 magic and ×2 score for this event only, so really important to use that, and you pick that up from the shop. Now there are a couple of ways to get it powered up. At tier 1 you'll pick up the potion of enchantment anyway, which is really good. Enchant all allies at start a battle for this event only. And at tier 2 you pick up the potion of explosion. It explodes 4 gems at the start of battle. The combination of that explosion of gems, the potion of enchantment, and the fact with this team we're going to have a 50% mana start on everybody means the whole team will get charged up super crazy quickly. Tier 2 you also pick up Mudwalker. Does damage to an enemy, boosted by decaying and gargoyle gems. And if they're a boss, deal 3 to 5 times damage based on my ascensions. Now, 3 times damage is still pretty good. So basically, like, even if you can't afford the ascension gems to get this powered up to mythic level, which is the way a lot of people would do it, just go back out, go to your collection, go to orbs and just use 2 orbs of ascension to get it powered up. But if you're chasing Zul'Goth, then you may want to hold on to those orbs of ascension. And the only other way to get this powered up otherwise is to spend a whole load of gems getting it to mythic level. So it's not essential to get it to mythic level, but it's certainly there if you fancy it. But onto the team. Tier 3, we get the event weapon. Going to be really good for this. Exploding magic +1 brown gems, grants a random status effect to all Hellcrag allies, then summons a Hellcrag troops with a nice explodey summony weapon as well. And indeed, I am going to throw it in the team for all those benefits of that. If I can press the right button. Exploding brown gems, and again, there's going to be a lot of brown gems in this team. Random status effect to the whole team as well, and a summon if we need it. You can actually change the order if you like. You can have Zernabog at the top of the weapon underneath it if you prefer. A good way to protect the weapons. It does have a summon in case things go wrong, but it's going to be nice and quick in this order at the beginning. Dragonstone Guardian is a nice one to start with, doing damage to all enemies, then creating a mix of 5 good and bad gargoyle gems. They can't be matched gargoyle gems, they can only be destroyed or exploded. Good ones, when exploded, will give a positive random status effect to one of your team, and bad ones will give a bad effect to one of the enemy team. So important to have a exploding weapon in here, which is why I got the weapon there. You can actually go Obsidian Libram if you prefer as well. Exploding gems, then summoning Obsidian Depth Troop. Really, really good as well. And it does have enchanting, which means as soon as you cast it, it's going to get ready to cast again. But I do like the idea of the fact that we'll be casting this often, and it's going to give a positive status effect to our whole team as well at the same time, which is the benefit of that. But like I say, Obsidian Libram is a very good swap. Dragonstone Guardian does the damage to all as we just showed, but there is a option for that as well. You can, if you prefer, have what one was it called? Obsidian Access, that was it. Damage to all as well, boosted by Gargoyle Gems and Stone Blocks with a 30% chance to create an evil Gargoyle Gem when my turn begins. But if you go Obsidian Libram, that will be mana blocking each other, so bear that in mind at the same time, but would still work well with the event weapon because you're not mana blocking it that way. Mudwalker will get charged up anyway because of the way this team starts. 50% mana on everybody, and the enchantment is going to get ready to go in no time. And we conjure a Dust Storm when my turn begins with Zernabog. That's a constant slew of brown, really, really cool. And if you get to cast it, creates 10 brown gems and explodes the world of gems. So really, really cool. The banner for this I'm going for is +2 blue, +1 red, -1 green, sunken banner from the Sunken Fleet. And of course we're in Geomancer class for this. A absolutely fantastic class. Produce damage from skulls by 50%. All constructs start with 50% mana. I copied this from the team I saved on channel, so we can just have impact. Really like impact. Inflict stun when enemies deal skull damage. Feeling lucky though, you can have serendipity. Gain a random status effect at the start. Hammer Mastery. The weapon is a hammer, so gain 2 magic when we're using this. Anti-magic sphere is good. Tactician is good. Rock solid. We'll have a barrier non-stop in this team because we're getting brown absolutely non-stop. Bonus brown and fortitude. So let's dive in. 3 times nicer for this to boost up the power of our damage to all troop. You can chuck in Sitharask. If you got Sitharask, replace whoever's in second place with Sitharask. You get so much brown from this, it's nuts. And you can just kill enemies absolutely for fun. But we'll clip brown when it's there. That's going to get Dragonstone Guardian up straight away. Damage to all. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. Dave, kaboosh, you all out there. And everybody's gone. On to the next. If you want more protection, you can swap Zernabog to the top and have the weapon in second place. That's a good way to go about it as well. But his first early stage is going to be an absolute walk in the park. Just that Dragonstone Guardian or Obsidian Access, whatever you use, are going to get charged up so quickly. It's nuts. Going to absolutely blitz through these early stages. So just do a couple more battles, then we'll jump forward to the harder battles and see what happens when things get a touch more tricky. Because this is very, very super straightforward right now, like to the point of being ludicrous. Ludicrous speed, he says. Let's do this one, then we'll jump forward. This is way too easy. Gonna always get the brown at first. Be an absolute doddle. Whatever a doddle is. Right, I jumped forward to where giant Sitharask, aka Janet, has started appearing, but it makes little difference. We're just going to use the same technique, then chuck a big load of mud in its face and splat him out of there. Afterwards, so we'll do the same thing. Clicked yellow or brown at the start. Get that damage to all troop done up. We're ready to go. Dragonstone Guardian or Obsidian Access, whatever you prefer. Get a load of mud. Say, oi, Moldy, take that. And splat him out of there. What a way to go. Sitharask. Just kill somebody just by click of the fingers. Done. You're dead and gets killed by a mud splat to the face. How embarrassing can things actually get? Standing there thinking it's all hard look with its invisible violin. But is it going to be the way it goes? Splat the others. If you want to, if there's somebody lingering behind like that, you can cast Zernabog at the bottom. Take advantage of those Gargoyle Gems at the same time and just splat Sitharask in the face, load of mud, and it dies from it. It's just, I don't know. I like to imagine these things. I kind of envisage these things as they're happening sometimes, and it kind of makes me chuckle because I'm a bit weird like that. I've got a very visual mind, if you know what I mean. I actually kind of see these things happening as an event. First of all, we splat everybody out of there. Oh, we got to do it again. If you have to do it again, just cast Zernabog. Glad I got to this point to show this, because then you can just cast your damage fall troop again. And it's a bit of a shame that Janet just died then, because I kind of like chucking the mud in its face to finish it off. Don't know why I'm presuming it's hitting in the face, but it just is, isn't it? When you chuck mud at someone, it's like having a snow fight. You always aim for the face, don't you? Well, I do. It's just, you got to. You got to aim for the bonds. Could have cast a weapon there. Player's choice. Technically better to cast a weapon because you're going to get the benefits of the what do you call them? Status effects at the same time. And finish off. Like I say, but if you've got a Sitharask yourself, you can chuck it in the team. Still going to get charged up really, really quickly with this team. All that mana from the weapon. And Zernabog will get Sitharask charged up mega quickly, and you'll do the job. So it's going to be dead straightforward. When you get it like this, cast the weapon or Zernabog. Take advantage of these gargoyle gems. There we go. All the bad ones to them, all the good ones to us. Let's finish off. Let's finish off. Oh, look, one. Poor thing. I almost feel sorry for it. It's like lingering around look, on one health. It's on its knees. It's begging for its life. And we just get a little bit of mud on the end of our finger and just flick it into its face. Like pop, pop, pop. You know, just give it a little flick of mud. Take that. One. Finish it off. It's over for you. Right, now onto the Underspire team. I'm going to make this quick because it's super similar to the raid boss team we just used. Still going to use the weapon, still going to have Dragonstone Guardian, but we're going to replace the mud slapping Dick Geezer with Obsidiaxis, who also does damage to all enemies, boosted by Gargoyle Gems and Stone Blocks. This works really, really well with Dragonstone Guardian, who also does damage to all and creates that mix of good and bad Gargoyle Gems, and we can still explode those Gargoyle Gems and charge up the team using the weapon or Zernabog, whichever happens first. And same as before, if you've got Sitharask, aka Janet, you can pop that in for one of them and still get it done super quickly. So yeah, going to be mega straightforward with this. I'm only going to show a couple of battles. No need to drag it out. Same deal as before, but will be slightly slower because there's no enchantment. Potion of enchantment in this, of course. But wipe through the enemy. Charge up the weapon. Charge up. Ooh. Our Zernabog. Got our lantern from the Mr. T wannabe. Hey, you crazy fool! You got my lantern! You gonna use my lantern, you crazy fool? I ain't getting on no plane! Yeah. Right. With that, we'll just show a couple more battles and we'll be on our way. Right. I think I've gone a bit mad. Let's get the weapon charged up. It's good to benefit from those status effects when you do that. Stat effects on the whole team, really cool. Certainly handy on the later levels, and a blitz through them. But I think that'll do because it's like going to be that straightforward all the way through. Just cast both of those troops, whichever one gets charged up, and if you can add Sitharask into your team, absolutely do that. But thanks for watching the video. I've started another fight. Might as well do another one now. If you enjoyed it, it'd be really cool if you liked the video, subscribed, shared it, all that sort of stuff. That's the kind of thing that really helps the channel grow. And if you can, visit my Honest Rob Raid Shadow Legends channel and give the game a cheeky little download and give it a go. I think you're going to like it. It's kind of similar to this in the way that it's free to play. You collect troops, you power them up, and you put teams together. Really good game. I think you're going to enjoy Raid Shadow Legends. So give that a little butchers if you would. But thanks for watching, and bye for now.